has a huge opportunity to be a brand awareness and sales tool for your business. But social media can also be a huge challenge for those of us who wear multiple hats throughout the day, particularly those who run small businesses or entrepreneurs. I know because I've been there. These 13 tips and strategies are going to help you as small businesses and entrepreneurs prioritize what's important on social media so that you can grow your accounts and drive sales starting today. Let's get started. My number one tip is you have to make a commitment to social media. Social media can be a real challenge. So my top tip to you as small businesses and entrepreneurs is to make social media a priority for you and your business and your employees. Start off by planning, create a strategy, create goals. What do you see as success with social media? Is it brand awareness? Is it sales? Is it somewhere in between? Having a plan will help you make that commitment to social media right from the beginning. So starting with the plan, understanding the tools that are going to help you achieve that plan, and then looking outside to your peers and competitors for what's working for them is a great place to start and my number one tip for entrepreneurs and small businesses. All right, number two, and this goes back to what I mentioned briefly in number one, and that's establishing some goals for your social media program. Everything starts and ends with goals. And setting proper goals based on desired outcomes is the most important thing that you can do. It's super important to develop a social media strategy that aligns with your goals so that you can determine whether your social media program is successful or not. When creating goals, it's important to be specific as possible. So if you're using social media to drive brand awareness, what are the metrics around that goal that will help you to define brand awareness? Is it likes, traffic to your website, engagement to social media posts, or somewhere in between? Having specific goals based on a specific objective is the first step in creating great goals and the first step in understanding whether your social media is working or not. And of course, goals are super important because if you're off the path and you're not finding success with social media, goals will help you to define the next action step needed to take to get back on the path of success on social media. Tip number 3 for small businesses and entrepreneurs on social media is to remember to share who you are as a brand or a business. Remember that social media is social. People are on social media to share content with their friends, connect with family members, and yes, of course, connect with you as a brand. But people won't want to connect with your brand unless you're sharing things that are human, authentic, engaging, things that speak to people on a human level, which is very meta. I know it's hard to point directly to what that means, but the best I can do is to tell you to remember to share who you are. What makes you unique as an entrepreneur or a small business? Is it your values? Is it your company? Is it your employees? Is it your product? What makes you special? Why would people want to follow you on social media? What would make them want to share your content with their friends? What makes you unique as a company? What makes you unique personality-wise? And also keep in mind that creating content isn't necessarily just showing how your product can benefit your users. It's about helping people. It's about providing useful, relevant content time and time again so that they go to you as a trusted source of inspiration. Number 4, setting time aside for social media. I know this can be the hardest thing to do as entrepreneurs and small businesses. At Buffer, we all wear multiple hats, and finding time for social media wasn't necessarily a priority for us until we saw the power of what social media can do for our brand. But let's take a step back. The key to establishing a great social media presence is sharing great social media content. And for busy business owners, taking the time to create great content can easily be pushed aside, which is okay. What I encourage you to do is to take time and batch time dedicated to social media content creation. Find your most creative time. Is it Monday morning? Is it Friday afternoons? Set aside some specific time each week, even every single day if you're super ambitious, to create great social media content and engage with your fans on social media. Because after you put out great social media content, people are gonna wanna talk to you. They're gonna wanna comment on your links. They're gonna wanna ask you questions about you and your business. A few hours a week, 20 minutes a day even, will help you get ahead on social media by ensuring that you're dedicating time to it, which is one of the most important factors about creating a great community. Speaking of great content, tip number 5 is to listen to your customers rather than just simply promoting. One of the best things about social media is that it offers an open-ended community to communicate one-on-one with potential customers and current customers. That type of open-ended communication is rare these days, and so social media offers that opportunity to small businesses and entrepreneurs whose customer base might be smaller to start out. So connecting one-on-one is super important when you're looking to grow your social media community when you're first starting out. So what I mean by listening to your customers is what kind of questions are they asking in community forums, in your product, on social media? Are these ideas for potential blog topics, social media content, videos, you name it? Taking the approach of listening to your customers rather than simply promoting your product not only gives you greater insights into your customers' preferences, their fears, their challenges, but it also builds a loyal customer base that you can lean into later down the line. Tip number 6, focusing your efforts. You've probably heard the saying, it's better to be on one social media network than spread thin across many. Well, that statement is absolutely true. By focusing your efforts on one social media platform as opposed to 2, 3, or 4, you're gonna hone your skills. You're gonna learn the nuances of that channel. And only until you figured out that specific channel can you start to branch out to more social media networks. I think the biggest misconception for small businesses and entrepreneurs is the amount of time it actually takes to be successful on a social media channel. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of content. And so by focusing your efforts on one channel, you increase your likelihood of success tenfold, maybe more. Strategy number 7 for small businesses and entrepreneurs is automating your processes. So we've already talked about the benefits of using tools like Buffer to schedule your social media posts and analyze your posts, but there's a lot of other processes that you can automate in the meantime that will help you be successful on social media. Once you start to get the feel for what kind of content is working on social media, you can use tools like Zapier or IFTTT to automatically add articles that you add to your Pocket account, for example. Or you can use tools like Canva or Animoto to quickly create graphics or videos, saving you hours of time in the process. You can hire an intern to help you create graphics or videos or schedule social media posts. There's tons of people out there are willing and looking for great work in social media. Possibilities are endless when it comes to automation. So using tools like Buffer, tools like Canva or Animoto, Zapier, IFTTT, hiring out work to help with the more tedious tasks are all things that businesses and entrepreneurs should be thinking about if you want to focus your time on more important tasks like running your business. Speaking of tools, tip number 8 is picking the right tools for your business. So when thinking about tools as a small business or entrepreneur, I like to break it down into 5 different sections of potential tools. You have your collaborate tools, your attract tools, your acquire tools, your retain tools, and your measuring tools. Those 5 tools will help you be successful on a daily basis. Under the collaborate tools, this is how you're going to help collaborate with freelancers and employees within your company. Tools like Slack, Google, Dropbox Paper, Trello are all great project management tools that will help you collaborate on things or ideas that you think will be successful on social media. Under the attract stage, this is where you get to implement a lot of fun tools that will help you attract customers both on social media and in other marketing efforts as well. So tools like WordPress to help you write blog posts or manage your website, MailChimp to send emails, Buffer to send social media posts. Like I said before, Canva, Animoto to help you create videos and graphics. Number 3, the acquire stage is where you start to see more robust tools in the acquisition stage of your customer journey. So CRMs like HubSpot, Salesforce, Marketo, MailChimp to send email drip campaigns, Buffer to continue to send out your social media posts. Then of course you have your retain tools, and these could be things like NPS scoring surveys, Typeform to help you send out customer surveys, Buffer to continually send out social media posts, MailChimp to send automated emails to your customers based on specific actions. You can also use advertising platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest to help remarket to customers who have been on your website. And then of course, last but not least, number 5 is the measurement stage of tools. This is where you implement things like Adobe Analytics, Google Analytics, lots of options out there to measure how you're doing on social media and to help, like I said before, direct those steps of action towards the things that are going to work in the future. Strategy number 9, creating a social media calendar. Having a comprehensive overview of everything you want to send out to social media within the next few months, even within the year, is irreplaceable for brands and businesses looking to be successful on social media. A good social media calendar consists of major company events, major company product releases, and major holidays within whatever country or even the world that you want to celebrate as a company. A great social media strategy means posting consistently. And what better way to do that than to hold yourself accountable through a content calendar? Create a unique calendar. It can be an Excel spreadsheet, it can be a Google Doc, it doesn't matter how you do it, whatever calendar service that you prefer. Create a map. Whatever the event is, put it in your social media calendar, create a small mini marketing plan around that event, and make sure to have all the messaging set up so that as a small business, when you go to post, you're all set to go, your calendar's ready to go, and you have a great social media posting strategy already in place. Strategy number 10, remembering that passion helps to create amazing social media content. I find that the biggest challenge for me on social media is creating great content on a consistent basis. As a small business or entrepreneur, it can be incredibly time-consuming and difficult to find the topics that are going to work over and over again on social media. So what I suggest you do as a business owner or as an entrepreneur is pick a topic that you love to talk about. Now, this topic can be semi-related to your brand. It doesn't have to be specifically about your product or your brand. It can be in the sphere of your industry. The more passionate you are about a specific topic, the easier and more fun it will be to actually go out and find content or create original content around that topic. And don't forget, the more passionate you are about a topic, the more passionate your fans are going to be too. They can tell. They know when you love a subject or not. And when you have a passion for something, I guarantee you that your audience will share that same passion with you.